Okay, so we're going to look at now how to do a within participants non-parametric test. I'm using the same data here. If you've seen the with paired sample t-test screencast, this is the same data, and we already checked these data to see whether they were skewed and whether there were any outliers, and there weren't any. Everything was okay. We were perfectly permissible to use a t-test. I'm going to use the same data just because it's easily for me, but also to show you again the difference between a t-test and a non-parametric test in terms of sensitivity, in terms of the ability to detect an effect when it's there. So just to reiterate here, we've got two different conditions. As an educational researcher who is interested in whether structured teaching is better than informal teaching, and participants took part in both conditions. We can see here again, think about each of these rows as being a person, so person 1 was measured twice, structured and informal. There's no between participants conditions at work here, so we have to do a within participant test. These measurements are scores on IQ. So we had a structured session followed by an IQ test, and then sometime later an informal session followed by an IQ test. And the question is, does it improve IQ, or does it reduce IQ? Does it have any effect on IQ? Now, as I said, we should be doing a within participants t-test or a paired samples t-test, but let's do a Wilcoxon on this. So it's a particular kind of non-parametric test called a Wilcoxon. And if we go into analyze, and then we go into non-parametric tests, and then legacy docs, we want to find two related samples. Again, not one sample, we've got two related samples here. Related means they're the same person. So open this window here. If you've seen a t-test, it'd be familiar to you. We've got the two variables here, structured versus informal, and we simply need to move these in. Let's reset that. We need to move structured into there and informal into there. Again, it doesn't matter which way around these go, and the default is Wilcoxon, and that's a test that we nearly always use in these situations. And simply what we end up with here is a Z-score, again like the Mann-Whitney, and we report this, again, further details on how to report this using APA standards. It's on the website. So we can see again, we use the asymptotic sig two-tailed. This is a significant effect of p equals 0.01. But if you look at the t-test screencast, when we did the t-test, the paired sample t-test with exactly the same data, which is the appropriate test to use in this case, it's hardly worth re-emphasizing, I can't re-emphasize that enough. The actual significance level of the t-test was much lower. In other words, it was more significant, if we can use such a phrase. That was 0.003. So this again emphasizes the fact that if you can use a parametric test, which in this case is the test to use, you should use it because you're more likely to detect an effect when it's actually there.